Wednesday, we are going to continue our awesome week of building our math fact fluency. So let's, of course, warm up our brains with some addition and subtraction problems that uses our place value knowledge. We really want to be able to look at a problem and see what numbers are in the same place and be able to use that big brain to add or subtract them in our head. So here we go. I want you to be looking for what numbers are in the ones place, what numbers are in the tens place. Here we go. Okay, 16 minus 3. 16 minus 3. We're not going to try and solve this by counting on our fingers. We want to solve this by looking at what numbers are in the same place. So the 6 and the 3 are both in the ones place. So we can subtract them and get our answer. What do we think this is? 16 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. And then our 110 is going to come stay in our answer. So this is 13. 16 minus 3 is 13. And we solve that by subtracting numbers in the same place. Okay, what about 14 plus 5? 14 plus 5. What would that be? We're going to now add numbers in the same place. So 4 and 5 are in the ones place. They're all the way to the right. So 4 plus 5 is? It's 9. So 1 is going to be part of our answer, and that will be 19. 14 plus 5 is 19. What about 14 plus 50? The 5 changed places, so be careful. 14 plus 50. The 5 is now in the tens place. So how does that change our answer? How does that change our answer? We have the tens and the ones. So I want you to add numbers in the same place together. In the tens, 110 plus 5 tens is 6 tens, and 4 plus 0 is 4. So our answer is 64. 14 plus 50 equals 64. Okay, nice work, Super Scholars. We really want to make sure that we can get these facts fluent as well, so we can really be awesome in that place value knowledge. Let's see our learning target for Wednesday. It says, I can identify math facts with 10 by using my place value knowledge. So we are staying on our place value knowledge train today, and we are working with the magic tens number. I've always mentioned how awesome the 10 is. It makes so many equations simpler, and we have learned to do this by making the next 10 or taking from the 10. When we're able to find a 10 within a problem, we're able to make it simpler for ourselves. So I always thought the 10 is a magic number, and I love learning ways where we can find a 10 quickly within a problem. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to focus on one group of facts that we use with 10. We are working on becoming fluent in our tens today because tomorrow that is going to help us when we learn our new math fact strategy tomorrow. So in order to be fluent tomorrow, we have to be fluent today. So of course, let's remind ourselves, what is math fact fluency? What is this big goal we've been working on this week? Do you remember? What is math fact fluency? We want to be able to do what? We want to answer math facts with automaticity. help us solve bigger problems faster as well. So, I mentioned we're focusing on the tens today. And we have already been working with the tens this year in second grade so far. So, what do we know already? We know how to take out a 10, like I mentioned, our subtraction strategy. That's working with the 10. For example, 24 minus 10. We're just going to take one 10 from our two tens. There's one left. So we know our answer is 14. This uses our place value knowledge to solve. This is one group of tens that we already are working with, as well as our pairs to 10. That's a huge, huge group of basic math facts that we've been working really, really hard on. Like, for example, 4 plus 6. Those are pairs to 10, and they make 10. If we're able to find these simpler equations within a problem, we can make it simpler for ourselves overall. Today, we are just going to be focusing on fluency with 10 alone. What that means is we're just going to focus on one small part of working with the 10. We're going to practice adding or subtracting 10 with any number. If we're able to add and subtract 10 really quickly, automatically, to a single digit number, it will help us as we grow and grow our math knowledge. So today, we're focusing on adding and subtracting 10 really quickly with just single digit numbers to prepare us for our math fact strategy tomorrow. So we got to make sure we're solid today so we're ready to practice a new set of math facts tomorrow. So today, we are going to start practicing adding and subtracting 10 automatically using our place value knowledge by looking at none other than our place value chart. So this is going to be the best way for us to start off and really see how we are changing a number by adding and subtracting 10. So you are more than welcome to have this out with me and follow along, or you can watch as well. So let's start reviewing these math facts. So what do I have up here? How much do I have on my chart? I just have 1 10. So we are starting with 10 on our place value. It's 1 10. But now I want us to add some ones. I'm going to add some ones. Okay. How many ones did I add? How many are on here? What do you see? 5 and 2. That is 7 ones. So we have 1 10. We're adding 7 ones. If we put them together, what number is that? It equals 17. In 17, there's the 1 10 and the 7 ones that we added together to get our answer. We just added a 10 to a single digit number, and we're able to figure that out using our place value knowledge. We can actually use this exact same knowledge and reverse the problem and solve a second equation. So, what if we start with what we already have? We have 17 on the board, as you can see. And what if I wanted to take away the ones? I took away all the ones, the whole 7. What is left over? 10, just 1 10. We are left with what we originally started with. 10 plus 7 equals 17, so 17 minus 7 equals 10. This is what we can call a fact family. They're the same numbers, we're just changing the kind of equation we're solving. So this is what I mean by fluency with 10 today. We are able to add and subtract any single digit number to and from 10 and able to quickly solve it and relate the two problems to each other. So, let's try another one. Okay, what are we starting with again? A 10. And what we're going to add to the 10 now is some ones. How many ones did we just add to our 10? So we are going to combine our 10s and our 1s. 10 plus 2 is? It is 12. In 12, we have our 10s and our 1s that we showed when we added it together. We're going to now use that same knowledge to subtract with 10s. So, right now we have 12. We're going to start with 12 again. We're starting with 12, and now I'm going to take away the 2 1s. I'm going to take away the 2, and what are we left over with? We're left back with our 10s. We were able to show on our place value chart that 10 plus 2 equals 12, so 12 minus that 2 equals 10. We both started and ended with 10, and we're able to show exactly how that happened. So Super Scholars, our place value chart is a great place to start for us to see how we're adding and subtracting these numbers. But we're not going to always have our place value chart, so we need to practice just looking at equations and being able to fluently and automatically answer the question. So let's take a look at a sentence frame with the help of our purple flashcards to work towards fluency with these 10 facts. Okay, it is now this or that time before we move on, so let's give ourselves a quick little brain break. I want you to stand really quickly up out of your seat, get up on those 2 feet, and I have a question for you. So if you had to eat something whole, you had to eat the entire thing, would you choose to eat a raw onion? If so, you're going to shake your right side. Or would you choose to eat an entire lemon? If so, you're going to shake your left side. So you have to choose between eating all by itself, an onion for your right side, and a lemon for your left side. What one would you pick? I actually love lemons, so I would choose a lemon, and I'm going to shake my left side for 5 seconds. What's your choice? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, whoa, 4, 5. That is it. We just did a little quick shake it out, so come on, sit right back down in your seat. Sit right back down in your seat, and be prepared to look at another fact. So now we've put away the place value chart, and we are just going to use the numbers and the words and our big brain to think about solving with place value. So today we get to use our last set of flashcards. These are the purple ones. They just have single numbers on them, that is it. So that means we are able to use these flashcards today and tomorrow in multiple ways. So if you haven't already, go ahead and cut out your purple flashcards. I also would love if you could write down this sentence frame on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, nice and big, so you can practice reading and saying along with me. So Super Scholars, this is the exact same thing we were practicing over here as I was putting the magnet numbers on the board. So we're going to use this and our purple flashcards to help us build our tens fluency. So let's think about this. 10 plus 2 equals what? We have 1 10 and 2 1s. That equals 12. It equals 12. So we just completed our first math fact. 10 plus 2 equals 12. We can use this knowledge to solve 12 minus 2 equals what? 10. 12 minus 2 equals 10. We know 10 plus 2 equals 12, so 12 minus 2 equals 10. They are reverses of each other. They use the same knowledge. We added our 1s to our 10 and got 12, and then we started with 12, took away our 1s, and we were just left with our 10s. So let's try another one. Okay, let's solve this problem. 10 plus 3 is 1 10 and 3 1s, that is 13. Good job. 10 plus 3 is 13, so that means 13 minus Scholars, we're going to try 2 more problems, but without writing in everything. If you can keep those numbers in your brain to solve new problems. Okay, the next 10 fact I want us to solve is 10 plus 8. 1 10, 8 ones. That is 18, because 18, there's 1 10 and 8 ones. So if we know 10 plus 8 equals 18, 18 minus 8 is going to equal 10. We're going to use our answer from our first problem and start off with that, but take the ones away and get left with the tens, which is exactly what we started with. Okay, what about this set of problems? What is 10 plus 5? What's 10 plus 5? 1 10, 5 ones. That is 15. So 15 minus what is going to get us back to 10? If we have 1 10 and 5 ones, what are we going to take away to leave us with 10 again? 15 minus 5 is going to get us back to 10, because we're going to take away the ones that we originally added, and we will be left with the 1 10 that we need in the end. So what you are going to do, Super Scholars, is you are going to practice all those 10 plus facts, adding and subtracting with 10, to practice your fluency within 10. So I have our sentence frame written up here a little more neatly, but you are going to be using this same language that we have been practicing to help you add with 10 and subtract with 10. So you're going to take your purple flashcards just with your single numbers. You're going to practice adding this number to 10 and then subtracting from it to get back to your 10. So for example, if I pulled a 3, I would practice 10 plus 3 equals 13. So 13 minus 3 equals 10. Next one, I've got a 7. So I would practice in my head, 10 plus 7 equals 17. So 17 minus 7 equals 10. I would practice saying both an addition and a subtraction equation that has to do with the single digit and 10 that I pulled from my flashcard pile. So I want everyone to use this sentence frame, you can write it down if you need to practice adding and subtracting with 10. This addition problem especially is going to be the one that's going to help us with our new facts tomorrow. And this is all being able to be solved with our place value knowledge. So I want everyone to take their purple flashcards right now and be practicing adding and subtracting with our tens fact. Just like we've been practicing with our flashcards this week, you're going to be using your purple ones to practice your fluency within 10. There's a lot of ways we can use these flashcards, but this is just one way we're going to practice today. If you still need the visual of using your place value chart, you are more than welcome, but you still need to be using your flashcards and this language as you're using that as well. So everyone's going to be using their purple flashcards and practicing adding and subtracting with 10 as well. Okay, Super Scholars, so I want you to take that video of you practicing your purple flashcards and adding and subtracting with 10. Remember, it's okay if you make a mistake, as long as you correct yourself and keep going. So let's keep building that math fact fluency and get to work.